So when I came in, it was 2016. I was a political science and biology major, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And I just took a bunch of classes in my freshman, first semester. And I really latched onto the honors program because of the way it just encapsulated everything I wanted to be a part of. It was that like quintessential prestige, if you will, liberal arts education. It exposed me to so many different things, and having so many incredible professors and honors that came from multifaceted backgrounds allowed me to see that that was a possibility in the curriculum for me. So instead of me being undecided, which I probably should have done in retrospect, I declared three majors and two minors. One of the minors I designed myself, which I don't recommend. It was a lot of paperwork. And so I just wanted to study everything and anything that I could. And I was really grateful that I had professors and academic advisors who didn't see that as something that would be weak. I definitely had people who told me that, that wasn't maybe the way to do things, that I wouldn't be perceived as serious. But I really applauded the professors who told me that that was, something that would be beneficial, because I think at the end of the day, that's what served me well in my career. I ended up really finding joy in ancient history, and in specifically storytelling in ancient history, and how certain people have been left out of that storytelling and
Mm.
left out of, our mindset, our history, our culture today. And that's what led me to Royal Holloway, University of London, which has an ancient rhetoric program that's maybe like singular in the whole world. It was incredible to get to go. And I went on a Fulbright scholarship, which was something I aspired to since I got to URI. And again, I'll shout out the honors program and the Office of National Fellowships, because they were the people who like helped me actually get to that goal. Um, and when I was at Royal Holloway, here I am in this prestigious program on like one of the most competitive, influential scholarships in the world. And the people around me, the five other students who got admitted to that program, were living life. We were in the middle of the pandemic, but they loved everything about it. And I wasn't happy, and I didn't know why. It's so hard when you're like really grateful to also recognize that sometimes you're not happy, you don't feel fulfilled in the way you want to. And then I was already accepted to my PhD, so I moved back to America after being in London for a bit, and was just perpetually like, this is not my path, and I don't know why.
Mm.
And it felt like I was letting down some of my professors in a way, because they were the ones who boosted me up. They were the ones who like saw the potential in me to be a really good academic. And I, at the end of the day, realized that like this is my journey and it's going to be really weird. And I thought that that meant that I was going to finish my PhD and then run for office.
Mm.
And then I got a call from a teacher I hadn't heard from in a really long time, since I was like 11. And she sent me a casting search. And then 3 weeks later, I got cast in the leading role that had thousands of people audition for it. And yeah, the rest is sort of history, and I'm sure we'll get into it. But that's how things started. So like, whatever you're doing, you don't know where it's going to lead you. Like, it's just nothing has been linear. So it's been really cool. But thanks to URI, I was set up for, you know, how to handle myself in all of these different environments, whether it was academic or in media training, or it's been so helpful. I was homeschooled up until coming to URI from third grade. So I had not been in a classroom of people since I was like 7.5, 8 years old or something. And then I'm like third into like honors freshman biology with thankfully the best professor ever. So it was okay,
Mhm.
but I was very scared. And on the first day of school, I just remember being really nervous, and at this like round table with, my group of students, and we were all nervous. And it was just so nice. That moment of like equalizing that I had never really felt before in my life was really lovely. And some of those students I'm still in touch with today, which is really cool. But I left that class and I went to another honors class, because apparently this is just an advertisement for the honors program. I don't know why. Um, I went to another honors class, which was a communication class that I had really just took because it like fit my schedule and sounded vaguely fun, and like a little break after the hard biology stuff. And that was maybe the most eye-opening experience that introduced me to the concept of rhetoric and the history of rhetoric. But one of the things that that professor said to me, and I don't remember the context, but I must have looked terrified the whole time. And I kept asking her questions like before class and after class. And one of the things that the professor said to me, and this is Dr. Kathleen Torrance, if any of you have had her class or know her, she's incredible. And she said to me, you haven't been told that you've mattered before, have you? And I just like, every time I repeat that story, I tear up because she saw something in me that I didn't really recognize when I was exchanging, my concerns about keeping up with the class. And it was very special, as you can say. Like every time I tell the story, I tear up. And so she was one of the reasons why I declared the major in communication, as well as my political science and then later on philosophy degrees. So I was just really grateful for that being the first moment that someone outside of my immediate family had looked at me and been like, you actually matter. Like what you have to do to get that, I wish more young people were told that. I hope people get told that more because that was maybe the thing that helped me the most.